Welcome back to Are You Ready for Stats? Today we're going to look at specifically the YAML header within your R Markdown pane. So always good to have a quick review. We have 4 panes: the console pane, the Markdown pane, the environment pane, and the files pane. Most of our work is happening in the Markdown pane, and there are 3 different sections. We have the text editing section, which is in white. The gray chunks are going to be what we call chunks of code. And then today we're focusing solely on these YAML headers. So they are bookended with the 3 dashes, and there are multiple options that you can use within the header. I'm only going to talk about a couple for today. We have a title, so that can be named whatever you want. This can be the start of your document. And you would talk about that the same way that you would title a paper in a Word document. The author, you can write whatever it is, obviously your name is. And then you also could add a subtitle. And what you see right now in line 3 is that it's in black. For the YAML header to recognize that this is going to be something that needs to be added to the header, I'm going to add the colon. And now you see it turns blue or navy. And I'm going to add, this is a subtitle. And you right now are seeing that the coloring is off. And that's because it's important to remember that for each of the lines or options, you need to end it correctly. So with the subtitle, when I have an open quote, I need to end that quote. And then it will readjust the colors to be appropriate for what's shown below. Then you have the author, you have a date. When we get further into some of the specifics on the YAML header, you'll see different options. Like you can add a table of contents instead of the date. You can put an option like a system date. So every time you create a new report, it will update to the current date. You can do different output types, and we've talked about that in past videos, but if this is a new video for you, there are different options. You can have a PDF, a Word document, or an HTML document. Within those options, there are some things that aren't possible for an HTML that are possible for a PDF or a Word document and vice versa. So this is the header that will come onto my knitted document. Now I have it as an HTML, so when I knit, which remember compiles everything into one document, it will create an HTML document for me, and you will see the header like you would on a Word document, and it states my title, my subtitle, author, and today's date. Again, and you could readjust that. I could say, I am the author. Today is a day of the week. And again, it doesn't have to be in regular date format. And when I knit that, again, it adjusts based on what I just did. So you can see how you can manipulate that in the YAML header. But those are just some very brief basics of it. In future videos, we'll look at more options that are contained. If you liked this video and it helped, subscribe, like. See you in future videos.